Be upstanding and join me on the podium. Can we give her a round of applause as she brings to the stage members of this panel that is going to do a yeoman's job on the topic leadership in safety, the CEO's role in embedding HSE excellence into corporate strategy. Please, if you are in my office, record this panel, this thing, so that we'll carry and go give our MD CEO who is not here. He must bring the money.
Thank you very much, sir. Good morning, everybody. Okay, without much ado, we want to bring to the podium the first panelists on the topic HSE leadership. So the first person on my list is Mr. Joshua Nwachukwu. Mr. Joshua Nwachukwu is the MD, Josh Robs Solutions Limited. A round of applause for Mr. Joshua as he comes up. We also have Mrs. Ekone Iwonha. Mrs. Ekone Iwonha is the HSE manager for Top Line Limited. A round of applause for this great woman doing a great job in the HSE. We also have Mr. Lucky Emu Emokoro. Mr. Lucky Emu Emokoro. Mr. Lucky? Okay. He will join us later. The next on the list is Engineer Green Ibifubara. Engineer Green Ibifubara. He has already been introduced. Let's give him a round of applause, please. Yes, you are free to. We also have the HSE manager from Ocean Class Limited. Okay, that is Mohammed. Sorry. To join them is Dr. Mohammed Bashiru. And finally, we have Engineer Green Ibufobara is already here. Okay, the others will be joining much later. So okay, Mr. George, Mr. Mark Alalibo, Mr. Mark Alalibo, the HSE manager for Petrol Dynamic Limited, PDL. Let's put our hands together for him as he walks up the podium. And to moderate the panel is our able DG, Mr. Cletus Ahibe.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. Good afternoon, the great men and women in this panel, and I want to thank every one of us who is there. Please, we want to look at a very, very special topic this afternoon, and is a key to what happens in any organization. If any organization is going to enjoy the gold mine in HSE, this is one of the things that you must be aware of, both as an organization and as professionals in this field. See, I tell you for free, one of the reasons why most professionals can't really achieve what they are supposed to achieve in the organization is because there's no top management commitment. I'm sure we all can agree with me. It's because there's no top management commitment. So that's why we want to discuss this morning. So that the top management, the MDs, thank God we have some MDs here, and we have a lot of persons representing MDs. Now, where there's no top management commitment, no organization will be enjoying the gold mine that is in HSE. See, we want us, the professionals, to get to a point where we are able to speak some languages that the MDs will understand. And it will be easy for us to be able to work with them and achieve what we need to achieve. So now, we want to discuss a topic that is titled HSE Excellence, Leadership in Safety. Leadership in Safety, the CEO's role in embedding HSE excellence into corporate strategy. What is the role of the CEO to embed HSE into their corporate strategy? You can bear me witness. You could hear some of them will tell you, I beg, leave HSE. This one, HSE. If they want to sack anybody, they want to go to HSE. If they want to remove anything, they want to go to HSE. So we want to be able to discuss this morning. So I'm going to start from Dr. Mohammed. Where are the mics, please? Please, I need the 2 mics. Dr. Mohammed, please. I know you have wealth of experience. Dr. Mohammed has been in Qatar for many years, over 20-something years, over 25 years, all his life. And to the glory of God, he has brought his wealth of knowledge to Nigeria. I can tell you for free, what you will see from Quality and Management System Auditors Institute shortly is the brain behind it. He's been around since day before yesterday, doing marvelous work. So, can you share with us strategies that you used when you were in Qatar? He was dealing directly with the vice president of Qatar. You know, Qatar, when they hosted the World Cup, he was one of the committee members for the World Cup that was held in Qatar. Can you share with us some experience in 3 minutes? Or, I know if I give you time now, you can take 5 minutes. Just take 4 minutes. Share practical experience of how you dealt with MDs and how they were able to, achieve what you achieved.
Greetings to all my brothers and sisters and colleagues in HSE. DG, flashing back on strategies to bring in the top management, especially the CEOs, into recognizing or even strategizing HSE as part of the core values of an organization. If you permit me, most of the CEOs doesn't understand any language other than money. So if you are not able to quantify the benefits of saving lives, saving expenses in remediating or even penalties and the rest of that, you wouldn't be able to convince them. Well, for those years, I work with Qatar Foundation, and we call it Qatar Legacy. This is the organizers of the World Cup. Being in the office of the Vice President Facilities, Engineer Saad Al-Mahanedi, we were able to put together the value of HSE certification then. That was the first step. And they were like, we don't need more crowd. We already have it. I said, okay, but you are already having those crowd. You have to spend more on them if you leave them to do what they like. So there are need to put in structures and put in people who will monitor it. And at the same time, the cost of monitoring it should be proportionate to what you are going to gain. You shouldn't just be spending 10 million in order to save 2 million. So the point is you need to quantify and then bring this top management along to make them realize over the time. You might not be able to make that money within a year, but look at it over the time. In the next 10 years, how much you're going to make and what impact is it? Knowing fully well that there is no amount of money that can quantify human's life. When you lose a single life, you've lost billions or trillions. But saving that life, it's even more than obligation. It has to be culture. It has to be, you need to be known. For example, there are some organizations that were known to be very, very safety conscious, and there are some organizations that are not very serious with it. Any serious-minded worker or employee will prefer to work with a serene organization that takes care of their life. Someone that cares about their health. There was a slogan we used to say, you come to work today, you should go back home safely. You don't need to come to work today and then you go back home in something bad. I don't want to mention that. So,
Doc,
one of the strategies.
how were you able to, what was the strategy you used in getting the vice president to buy in?
Yeah, the very first way is to bring along a lot of people. Let the people understand the language so that it's not possible for yourself alone. When you talk to them, they will still talk at the back and ask some other people.
Please, you will add more. But I want to draw something here. Did you hear what he said? See, many of us in our offices, we want to do it alone as safety manager. So you are approaching the MD alone. Then at your back, when they are having the top management meeting, the rest of them will just talk down. But you hear what he said? That if you carry the other managers along.
Even before you will approach the top management, you should have got the buy-in from the colleagues and the next level and the next level. So that even by the time you will present, they will be the one to be asking.
Thank you, sir.
What's going on? Are we going to do it?
Thank you very much. Thank you. Let's clap for him, please. Let's clap for him. Yes, we have a CEO in our midst. And this CEO, I've known him for years. If you see all those masts you are seeing around, that's what he does. If you check the program, you will see his company there. So, sir, how do you embed HSE as a lifestyle in your company?
All right. First of all, good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for having me. Okay, so for us, what we do is a high-risk job, which is work at height. So as a person, it starts from motivation. As a CEO, as an MD, you have different motivations. You're either motivated by the money alone, or you're motivated by impacting people. So first, you need to know what is motivating you to take your actions. So for me as a person, I love what I do, which is work at height, and I love seeing people going back happy. So I try my best to create that environment to ensure that people go home happy. So he said something very important that I picked. You know, when you want to, as a HSE person, because I've worked with various HSE clients and also in my organization, there's something that a lot of us think about HSE. We feel HSE is very expensive because of the procedures and because of what they've put in place. But he said something that I picked, which I also do, is as a HSE officer or a HSE manager, you need to come to a level of knowing how to present HSE to the organization. You need to know how to present HSE. If you just come and meet me, I need to buy PPEs, 20,000 for one safety shoes. I want to know why. To me, to some CEOs, not me, because I'm experienced in the field. To some person, be like, it's expensive. Why don't I go for the one of 5,000? Why am I buying the one of 20,000? But when you have a pitch and a presentation to say, if I buy 20,000 naira shoe, it will not spoil and it will protect the worker, which is saving you cost from injury and saving you cost to buy another one in the next few weeks. It's more understandable.
You're talking of, what of hospital bill?
Hospital bill.
What of
reputation,
legal,
client injury.
Reputation,
so
legal.
It saves you the cost. So with that kind of pitch, for me, I understand immediately and I'll be like, I want things to be done safely because I don't want to lose reputation. I don't want to lose more funds. So, but if you as a HSE person, or even in the organization, you don't put those pitches well, everybody just be like, because we need to make the money. So you need to know how to put it. So for myself, what I also try to do in the organization is put echoes, environment. Everywhere you go, you need to be conscious of these echoes. Like we also said, so the other, one of the first presenters said slogans. You know, keep that slogan in the office so that everybody will understand it. And don't make HSE, for us, we don't make HSE a thing of, this is what you need to do because the organization says so. You make it's for your own safety. You take it personal. You tell everybody it's a personal thing for your own safety, not for the organization.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
thank you, sir.
thank you.
I'm going to ask you another question, but not now. So if I forget, please take it. And we want you to be able to tell us what are the gold mines you have made from safety. But that will be in your next question. Just be able to tell us some of the things you have benefited from safety. Yes, with the delectable economy. So please, let's have the HSE manager, Top Line Limited, share with us, how do you, as the HSE manager, manage Top Line? Meanwhile, Top Line is our first corporate members for Quality and Management System Auditors Institute. So please, let's clap for them. They are ISO certified, and they've always given us support. Even for this program, they've also given us support. So, madam, how do you do it?
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. It's good to be here. Getting top management buy-in is actually something that every HSE personnel should do. And like my co-panelists have said, you should be able to present the cost benefits. That's what every CEO wants to hear. They want to know what are benefits from putting these systems in place. As a HSE manager, you should be able to quantify it. You should be able to state it in clear terms. He talked about doing a pitch. Beyond even doing a pitch, have that cost benefit. For instance, if there's For HSE, for my organization, for instance, we have strategic objectives, all right? And in these strategic objectives, you have the financial, operational excellence that has to do with the quality, health, safety, and environment. We have leadership. Now, as a HSE personnel, how do you bring financial growth to your company? Because your MD wants to know, all right? For HSE, our financial input is actually cost saving. If there's an accident, how much will it cost, both direct and indirect costs? How much will it cost? You should be able to quantify it. And then spread it across the number of personnel you have in the organization. For every year or for every month, if direct and indirect costs, for instance, is 1 million naira, for 50 personnel, you have 50 million. So every month, at the end of every month, you're saving the company 50 million. You need to be able to state it clearly.
Please, let's clap for her. I want you to go home with that. That's a very vital point that as the year is coming to an end now, if you are going to be making a presentation of your end of year statistics, please take this thing you have learned now. Quantify what safety has saved for the company monthly and yearly. You will see what will happen. Please round up, man.
Exactly. All right, so, and then you need to encourage your top management to see safety as very important enough to put it in the strategic direction of the organization.
So how do you do it?
Fortunately, the implementation of the ISO has helped us as an organization. And then we have a 2 to 3 year strategic plan that the organization comes up with every 2 to 3 years. In that plan, we have safety embedded. So it has to be a top-bottom approach. All right? If you have safety in the strategic objectives, it will cascade to departmental objectives and to everybody's tasks and targets as an organization. So it's easy to implement.
Thank you very much. Let's clap for her, please. We still have some time. Now, before I come to Engineer Green, You know, like I said, they work for you people, you guys. They install masks, they do the rest, and there's a lot of safety. And you are the HSE manager for MTN Nigeria. But I'm going to paint a picture before I ask you my question. See, in my office, there's one young boy. How I wish I could bring him here, but I couldn't bring him. Many of you would have wept for him. He's very industrious. I need somebody to quickly do something for me. I'll just call him. He's not my staff. His office is up. I need this. He will quickly attend to me. One day, 2 years ago, I was in my office, and my staff, who is close to him, called. Oga, look, what has happened to this young man? I don't want to call his name. They went to GRA to work. This same job you do, work at heights. The mast you have set, they wanted to fix an internet on it for a client in OGRA. This young man, how much is safety harness? Who has bought harness lately? Even fairly use harness, you can still get up to 10,000 naira fairly use harness. But the company did not provide safety harness for him. This young boy fell from height. As I'm talking to you, the company has taken him everywhere. He's now a vegetable. He's now what? A vegetable lying on the bed. There's nothing he can do with his hand. He can't move anything. He's just on the bed. If you know where the company has flown him to, trying to save him, you see what we're talking about. So now I want to come to you, sir. How do you do it with your company to both ensure that it is done in your office and also done with your subcontractors? Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much. Good afternoon, all. Thank you, organizers, for having me here. Okay, first, to respond to your question, MTN Nigeria, first, I am speaking for myself.
Okay.
I am not here
Representing MTN. Yes, sorry, I forgot that.
Okay. So, but be that I'm here already, let me respond to that. Number one, MTN Nigeria, we don't engage contractors that are not competent. Competent cuts across board, okay? Being privileged to be the safety manager for MTN Nigeria, we have criteria we use to onboard contractors. Criteria coming from the sector, the end users. For example, if it has to do with max operation, the end users is the network group, okay? They have their criteria they use to check. It moves further to other stakeholders. Coming to safety, we have a standard checklist, okay? Just pre-qualification. Most companies does it, yeah? Pre-qualification, even before you go in for the bid. While we are requesting for you to send in your CAC document and others, okay, there's a pre-qualification that goes alongside. So when you send in, it comes to sourcing team, they share it to the process owners. I get it for safety, we'll review it with the documentation that you submitted, and if you are not fit. One thing I know there is HSE policy that has to be updated. When I mean updated, it has to be valid. Okay, we know it's a working document, and it has to be signed by the highest authority in that organization. That goes, way forward to show the commitment of safety in that organization. We also check based on legal requirements, which is competence of not just the company, but the workers that will do the job. Okay, and if you don't meet all these requirements, for example, you mentioned PPEs now. Yes, we don't jump to PPEs because, as we know, PPE is the last line of defense. So we look at, based on the hierarchy, what can be used to mitigate the risks. However, we don't take our eyes away from PPEs, okay? But we don't just jump to PPE as the case may be. So we don't, MTN Nigeria, we don't engage a contractor that is not competent for the job. No. It is possible. I don't know what happened there. I don't know what transpired. But let me leave that since I don't know. But the message is, which I can say like they will say, with my full chest, beating my chest, and said, MTN Nigeria, we don't engage any contractor. It is there on our policy, okay, contractors management policy, signed by the CEO of the company. No contractor shall be engaged.
You have
And we
finally,
know
you have
shall
finally,
is,
you have
shall is a
finally
stronger
hit
word.
the nail on the head.
Yes, it is there on
It is a policy.
Yes, it's a policy, and no, I started from the guidelines. Okay, I started from the guideline, which is a procedure. You know, for you to have a guideline, there must be a procedure that will spread down to operationalizing the procedure. So I started from the guidelines.
Thank you very much. Thank you. So the takeaway from that mainly is that CEOs must ensure that there's a system that has both procedures, policies, guidelines, and many others. Yes, my beloved brother, HSE manager, PDL. No, it's for him. How do you do it? You guys have rigs, both land, name it. How have you been able to, get your HSE, your management, your CEO to be committed to HSE? Can you share some ideas?
Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon, sir.
I want to stand on the existing protocol. Well, CEOs, these are very interesting set of people. For me, coming into the industry, one thing I learned about CEOs is that a CEO is first a worker. He was first a worker. He grew from the bottom of the industry. Most of them do. Some of them are businessmen that just came in. But most of them grew from the bottom of the industry. So you understand who your CEO is. Was he a worker or is just a businessman? Now, understanding that, you also want to be able to stand at the point where you can convince the CEO. The CEO wants to look at how do I maximize profits, taking into consideration the people working for me, the people around me, that's the community, the company reputation, the industry where I do my business, the business environment, the government, including those regulators, and global perception about our company, making sure these factors are not impacted while I make profits so that I can stay in business sustainably, all right, and grow my business. So HSE-wise, you now begin to draft out plans, strategies. First, like our sister said, costs, implications. For me, what I've done, every time I look at what does the regulation say. We have regulations, safety regulations. We have international standard practices and all that. What does the regulation say? Then I'll look at our operations. If something goes wrong, what could happen? For example, we are running an operation and somebody got into a tank, mud tank, and died there. What will happen? First, the person impacted is the victim of that accident. Then operations will stop. How much does it cost the company if operation stops for 1 hour? That's what they call NPT, non-productive time. If you can just capture that cost, most organizations, non-productive time costs not less than $2,000, $5,000, $10,000 for 1 hour non-productive time. So you need to convince your CEO. This guy going into that pit, he needs to have his harness. He needs to have a watchman. There needs to be a lockout, tagout process in place. There need to be proper tagout. All our circuit breakers need to be functional. How much is a circuit breaker? So that if somebody is carrying out a lockout, tagout process, and they go there now, nobody else, maybe they lock a particular system, a line, power line, and then nobody else can go there and touch it or alter the process. Okay. So you check all these things and say, okay, it is rather beneficial for management to make sure all our switches are working, the lockout tagout process, permit to work system is in place, and all that. Okay, management, these people, maintenance team,
please round up.
They need switches for the mud tank, the control units. You mount pressure on management and tell them, this switch costs 20,000 naira, but the implication of not having this switch can cost you $10,000. So please, we need it to be done as soon as possible.
Thank you very much. So every CEO that is hearing us, I'm sure you've heard what they have said. Can you quantify 20,000 naira with $10,000? In Nigeria money now. So I want to quickly we have 11 minutes more, Abi? So within these 11 minutes, I want to give you two minutes, and I'm going to ask a question direct. You just use 2 minutes to quickly give me an answer. Now, my first question is this. I want to ask, who have I not asked? Everybody has been asked. So let me go back to Milady. What is the CEO's role in empowering his team?
All right. The CEO is the first HSC manager in an organization. He is responsible for the implementation of safety. He needs to walk the talk. It's not just about putting policies in place. The policies have to be consistently implemented. And this will only be achieved if the CEO gives his commitment, providing resources, ensuring that people can see that safety is paramount. It's not just about putting policies in place. Employees will look at your body language, and they will take a cue from what the CEO is doing. All right, if the CEO is all about documentations without walking the talk, you will see it in the HSE culture of the organization. So for me, the CEO has to walk the talk. All right?
Leadership by example.
By example.
Thank you very much. So give to my MD. MD, sir. So take the one I asked earlier. But I also want you to add to this, to that your first, what I asked earlier. What will be the ripple effect of CEO's leadership in HSE?
The company will move forward, and they will have great reputation, because every organization wants to work with the IOCs, especially the IOCs, want to work with an organization that has the leadership strong backing. You see some people, when they call for meetings, the MD or the CEO, they don't know what is happening on site. They just spend the money, but when they call for these meeting actions, they want to see swift actions. They want to see that things that have been raised has been closed out. So I think the organization will move forward rapidly. So for the gold mine, because of our time, first, as a person, I'm into work at height. I worked with MTN for a while, and all the years with MTN, it was nice here, a good place. So, but I also realized that there was something missing in Nigeria in terms of work at height. We didn't have a regular fall protection plan that was effective. We didn't have work at height rescue plan. So I did so many projects, but I had that urge to know more about work at height. So I had to study online. I had to get 1 or 2 places, and I now went for trainings. So going for that training, that made me an SME, a subject matter expert for work at height. And I also met some other people. Event like this, I had to come out. You know, I also met you one time for Nigerian Institute of Safety Professionals and all.
NISCN, yeah.
Yeah, so I came out on my own, and this has brought me to a place where we are sorted out for work at height. So the same thing, you might be a HSE officer, you might be somebody that is interested in HSE. There is a gold mine in HSE, because this is what has brought us where we are today, because whenever we go to a project, our own organizational structure is different from the regular because we have those trainings. Don't, like she said something about management training. I will advise you, if I have my way, we train our personnel, we want to give them the best, but there's an advantage in training yourself. There is an advantage in looking at what is missing in an organization and also training yourself to be acquainted and to have that knowledge in that missing spot. Because that missing spot is what will make people sought after your services.
Thank you very much, sir.
Very important. HSE is broad. You might be the akara seller along this road, but if you are neat and you practice some HSE, like wash your hand before you come and buy this akara, do this, people will sought after you because they'll say, I want to buy akara from here.
Oh.
So whatever you do, try as much as possible to put HSE in it and know what is missing out in other people's
Thank
business.
you very much. Your company will be sought after. Engineer, sir. My question is this. In 1 minute plus, if you can do that, or 2 minutes, what are some of the challenges CEOs face in driving HSE excellence?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. The challenges, number one, from my experience, is HSE coming in between productivity, that's production. Okay, because in the course of my career, some years
take it
back,
up a little.
yes, some years back when I was in the manufacturing industry, the plant head, at some point, she was going on vacation, and she intentionally made me to relieve her. I didn't know she did it intentional. It was when she came back, when we were having conversations, she now mentioned it to me. And she did that because over time, you know, the way they see HSE, as if they are showstoppers. Yes, as if they are showstoppers. So she intentionally, and if you've been privileged to work in manufacturing sector, you know that as the seconds is bidding, the money is going. So she did that and she went on vacation. Now I was in between HSE and production. When they will call me that, Green, the line has stopped. Why? There's a breakdown. They will tell me, Green, do we raise a permit to work? Or do we just go in and do the job? Because now I need to deliver HSE and I also need to deliver productivity. Because you know your scorecard is, they will list everything for you, and the bottom line, they will say, an order tax as assigned by your line manager. So I was expected to also deliver volume as well as deliver HSE.
Safely.
So when they look at me at the face, the engineering guys, and say, Green, do we raise a permit to work? Or do we just go and fix, it's just a boat?
So there should be balance in
Do we just go and
productivity.
fix it? Something in me tells me, no, you cannot play over my intelligence.
Excellent.
I say, please, I'll follow you to the line. I'll stand with you on the line. We'll raise the permit to work. I'll do the 2 bus stop for you. I will engage you, ensure all PPs are in place, and you go in and do what? And take out that boat. At the end of the day, I was able to still manage productivity and also manage HSE. When she came back, the target, we were able to surpass the target in terms of volume.
Did you hear that?
And as well, safety was not compromised. So from that day, that was when she opened up to me that Green, it is intentional. From that day, when I speak, she listened to me more, and also the production guys listened to me as well.
Thank you.
One thing I want to point out is, the way they look at safety, the perception in this part of the world is showstoppers. Okay? And I really fight against that. For you to be a HSE man, for example, I am in MTN. I came to MTN to do what? To support MTN. Okay? Yes, I'm a safety man. I shouldn't be a showstopper. I stand against it. You see, it's very common. You see a safety man walks to the shop floor and say, hey, unsafe act, danger, hey, stop work. And he goes to the office and sits down to receive AC or to drink tea.
Where is your PTW?
I don't accept it.
You should have
I
worked
tell
on it.
people working with me that no,
Thank you,
we
sir.
are part of this system.
Thank you, sir.
Okay? We are part of the system. So if you say, hey, there's immediate danger, stop work.
I don't stand up.
You should stand there
Your time don't
with the
finish.
team to brainstorm
Thank you
on
very
how to
much.
fix the issue and to move forward.
Thank you very much. Doctor, I'm not going to ask the question I wanted to ask earlier. From what he has asked, I want 1.5 minutes. Doctor, how can we, the safety professionals, stop being the showstoppers that MDs will be angry with us?
Very important. Well, thank you very much. This is what I'm going to build upon. Let's stop being the showstoppers. Let's try to understand that we are part of the system. That system pays us. So at the end of the day, it's not until the problem arises then we show our face there. Let's be part of the whole game from start to finish. Number one, you need to show that you are friend to other partners or other departments. Otherwise, if it's only when they do wrong, you come up, they will hate you. So the only way is to be their friend from start, be part, even visit them when there is good compliance in their meetings.
Recommend, appreciate them.
Appreciate them, And one thing I need to point out is this. Let's not be the one that spot the bad only. Sometimes people do good deeds. You need to appreciate them and say, this is very nice. And report them that this needs to be commended. Rather than when they do wrong, you only show your red flag and said, stop, stop, stop.
Thank you very much. So in rounding up, just give the CEO an advice.
Well, as a safety manager, the advice is this. Like one of the notes that I wrote to my MD, I said, safety does not have a profit estimate, but you can have the profit estimate from the estimated loss if anything goes wrong. So what does it cost a company if
something goes wrong?
Somebody breaks his leg and is hospitalized. Reputational damage.
Legal. Name it.
Some threats to the organization's reputation, retraining, reemployment of somebody, So a lot will go wrong. So safety does not have a business development profit margin, but what safety will tell you, the benefit of safety.
Yes, let's take a photograph. No, be talking while you are coming. Thank you very much. Please, let's clap for this wonderful team. No, come, please.